then all of a sudden I joined Badfinger and I got to work around the Beatles. And there are a lot of people who've worked around the Beatles, of course, but we just had a fantastic time. We made records for them and with them. We made them we actually made the Beatles some money. It was great.
We find ourselves in business.
Are you the directors? Are you the directors of this?
Yeah. But like all the profits won't go into our pockets.
That's great time of my life. It's an excellent time, and you know what, the music you've done and you're still doing, it's great to have you here. Keep on doing the great music that you are doing, and your history, you're part of the history of rock and roll. You're still here doing it. This is great.
Rock and roll doesn't change, man.
Yeah,
it's the only thing in the world that doesn't change. Everything else wears out. Rock and roll doesn't wear out, man.
But I guess that's just the way the story goes. It's come and get it. Ooh-wee. My Dixie dear.
We got Ed Stasium right here. Ed, Joey, I wanted to introduce you guys to each other really quick.
Joey, good to see you, bro.
Hello, Ed. It's good to see you too.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. I played your songs in cover bands.
Thank you, man. Good job. Good job. You like them, yeah?
The first time I ever heard of Badfinger was on a Beatles solo record.
Oh, yeah. Played on that, yeah.
Yeah. And you have credit on the record. It says right here. Oh God, I can't see. I'm getting old. Where was it? I just saw rhythm guitars and percussion, Badfinger. Well, tell us about the sessions first of all.
We'd already had Come and Get Her had been out.
Yes,
I think No Matter What.
No matter what you are.
And then the next thing we did was the George Harrison record.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
I thought your singles came out after that for some reason.
Well, they may have, but I'm just telling you what we did. We made those records, when they come out, like, so,
Okay.
That's all I can tell you about it. So we were doing okay, and then George was going to make that solo record, All Things Must Pass. So that one that he showed us, and he invited us. He needed some rhythm guitars. He was doing it with Phil Spector.
I want to talk to you about that.
And the way he wanted a bunch of rhythm guitars, so he asked Badfinger to do it, and we said, yeah. Why wouldn't you say that's George Harrison out of the Beatles, for crying out loud,
And Phil Spector.
Yeah, that's another thing entirely, completely different universe or something,
Yeah.
It was great, very exciting, man, going in the studio the first time and seeing all the big cats out there. Ringo's playing the drums, Klaus Foreman playing the bass. It's all on the record there. But all these guys were guys I'd heard of, and I'd seen, Ringo was in the Beatles, for crying out loud. So really incredible, really exciting. Eric Clapton practicing his guitar bits, making them up, really. Playing nice little Strat, blue Strat, I think George gave it him. And he had one of those Fender little, like Univibe things, but it was, the Fender Roto sound thing. He had one of them. And
like a Leslie?
Yeah, like a Fender Leslie. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's what that is.
Yeah. And everybody played through Vibro champs and things.
Yeah.
Just
real quick, getting away from that for 1 second. Let's get back to that. But you played on No Matter What. There was a Leslie. Was that a Leslie guitar on there, or was that?
Yeah. Plugged my guitar into a Leslie. Yeah. They had an adapter for it or something.
Yeah. They did. You did that at Abbey Road.
Yeah.
They had. Yeah, the Beatles had used that. I remember Jeff Emerick came up with that idea. Well, John, I think it was for. Oh boy, it was really early on. Is it
Yeah. Wasn't it on that down, that arpeggio thing?
Oh yeah.
Picture. Well, maybe it's that song. Yeah, yes, maybe what I'm thinking about. But yeah, they'd used it without a doubt.
Yeah.
And
Sweet.
I'd used one as well over in I did a record in, I think, 1967 or 68, a Pi studio, Philips Studios in London, Marble Arch Studios. I don't know if you ever. And yeah, I think we used one on that as well. Leslie speakers. People, they, I think maybe the Beatles were one of the first, but
wow.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. I think there's either a Leslie or a Vibra thing on the Who's Next, which was out in like '67 on a song called Tattoo. And I remember hearing hearing it on there as well.
Yeah,
on Blue Jay Way, the backing vocals are going through a Leslie.
Nice,
they're backwards and going through a Leslie. It's crazy. I mean, what great stuff to think of at that time. Just like, okay, well, somebody did that. You can do that now with plugins.
Yeah, try anything. Well, I had all those engineers at Abbey Road as well.
That's incredible. And you worked with Jeff Emerick, correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Jeff was great. He was really easy. It was like a mystery to us about engineering. He was working on that old console with the. I've only come to see this in later days, but the knobs went up and down. The faders.
Yes,
they went up and down. You know what I mean? They were like a circular
circle.
Yeah.
I've seen pictures. I've seen one. Yeah.
He'd sit there sweating because it had tubes in the console.
Yeah, they're great.
We always thought he was ill, But, what was great? He'd crawl around the floor looking for the sound.
Oh my God, really?
Oh, he'd crawl around in that big Abbey Road studio. The one with the staircase. That one, you've seen it in the films, man.
Yeah.
The one with the staircase, yeah.
Yeah.
He'd crawl around. That's where we recorded. It was big enough to set yourself up like a regular group, and they had a little Shaw PA in there, so you could practice.
Okay,
and get the song like a beat group, play it properly. So it was great fun, man. They let us do it. You know what? They gave us carte blanche at Abbey Road.
Wow.
We'd go in 10, 11 in the morning and work there all day.
That's fantastic. That's great. Well, you were one. You were basically the first act to be signed. You, Mary Hopkin, and who else?
Yeah, the Ivies. I wasn't in that band, but they were one of the first bands signed to Apple.
Yeah. Jackie Lomax, Billy Preston.
Lomax, yeah.
Billy Preston was actually on vinyl, but I happen to have in my hand here.
Yeah, that's right, Billy Preston. Yeah.
This is a nice little item. You ever see this?
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I've seen that.
Let me see that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's one with Jackie Lomax on it or something?
Yeah. It was released in...
Wow.
Whoa, hey now.
Yeah, right on, dude.
Yeah,
right on. And, I've got one of those. Yeah.
Do you have those, Joe?
Yeah.
So we have here are the songs. Those were the days by Mary Hopkin. That's Got Commanded by Preston, Sarah Mills, Lomax, and
Come and Get It.
Come and Get It.
If you want it.
That's awesome.
I always love that song. And this is I thought you'd like to see that. And I'm glad you have one. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's cool. Cool stuff.
Very good.
Very cool.
I bet Stefan's never seen one.
No, I haven't seen that one.
Wait a minute. I've got something to show you.
Cool.
Yeah, come on.
I don't know if you ever
whatever you got there, show us, Joey.
Maybe it's not a record, unfortunately, but if I come on again, I've got acetates from the Apple place and all that. Hang on a minute. I've got to dig it out now.
How fun is it? This is great.
Always great. It's great. It's good stuff.
Now that I've mentioned it, man.
Jeff Emerick crawling around the floor looking for the sound.
Oh my God.
That's the only place you can find. That's the only way you can find the sound, man. Didn't you know that?
That's great.
Yeah, he would. Look at that.
Let's see what he got here, Joey.
Oh, that's nice.
Wow.
Look at that. No, you know what that is? That's a Ringo Starr. You know, he opened that company, and this is one of the things he sold.
Wow.
We all got one because we were, you know, but yeah, that's the Apple Mirror, man.
Joey, I know you don't have the records in front of you, but some of the records you still have from when you were a kid, right? You still have those records that
yeah, I do. I've got the Buddy Holly stuff, and then the Grey album.
Really?
Buddy Holly, I've got that, and that's what I learned to play the guitar off, really. And Chuck Berry, you know, the white one with the profile.
Oh yeah.
You remember that one? Yeah, I've got that one. The English one was just that, when his name written in blue, I think, at the top. Learning Johnny Be Good, man, and learning that stuff.
So so you have those records that you still have the actual records that you were learning how to play.
Yeah, well, my brother Chris, he was a couple of brothers up the line from me. You know what I mean? I had 5 brothers. There was a couple of brothers up the line, and he played the guitar, and he played in a little band in Liverpool. So he had the Buddy Holly records, he had the Chuck Berry records, some Shadows records, you know, Cliff Richard's group.
Cliff Richards, yeah.
Yeah, and then we had Radio Luxembourg, and that's where we had the rest of it, really, you know.
Wow.
Anyway, I've got those records. I've got a bunch of Buddy Holly records, man. He was unbelievable. I learned a lot of guitar playing out of Buddy Holly.
Oh, the Buddy Holly, huh?
Oh yeah, that was a work of solo out. You know, it came because I'd learned all those Buddy Holly solos, Crime Waiting Open, and It's So Easy and all that stuff. They were really good solos, and it must have stuck in my head because, like, when we came to Baby Blue, you know, No Matter What and all that, I used the same kind of, I'm sure, the techniques that he used, just staying with the chords, you know, and playing chord notes, really, you know what I mean? It just worked. It worked, you know. So thank you, buddy.
And they're it's like an open. You're talking open chords as well. They're more open chords that you're playing. You're talking about.
Yeah, well, you know you know when you start playing the guitar.
Yeah.
You know the first things you learn are like, you know, E, C, B, you know, D. You know, all those simple chords down at that end of the neck.
I love the way those chords sound, and I guess that's why I love the Badfinger records, because that's how I play. I play open chords like that all the time. I'll put capos on, and you know, there's a lot of bar chords going on, especially with like bands like the Ramones. And even the Beatles did a lot of bar chords, but Harrison always did his little filigrees. But it's great to hear that you learn that from like your early stuff, Buddy Holly, and.